Sebastian Vettel is among the most legendary Formula One drivers. His 4 consecutive World Championship titles while at Red Bull are one of the greatest displays of motorsporting talent, and his retirement is a significant loss to the sport. However, his time in F1 may not be over, as some indications suggest that he may be headed to a leadership role at Red Bull in the future. So let's see if that's a possibility, as well as what Vettel actually has planned. Sebastian Vettel might be headed to a leadership role at Red Bull. Sebastian Vettel left Red Bull Racing for Ferrari in 2015, capping a 7-year relationship with the team and its Scuderia Toro Rosso Junior program that resulted in 39 Formula One victories and 4 consecutive championships. Vettel's time at Ferrari was a mixed bag, with 14 wins and no championships in 6 seasons before moving on to Aston Martin for 2 more years. Now, about 2 months after retiring as a driver at just 35, Vettel may be on his way back to Red Bull. That juicy rumor comes from none other than Helmut Marko, the longtime lead of the team's driver development program. Marko, whose legacy is built largely on both hiring and putting Vettel in positions to succeed, told Sky Sports Germany that the team is open to a role for its former driver. Any kind of team role is unlikely to come anytime soon. Marko says that the team will let him plant a few trees first, referring to Vettel's interest in environmental causes and advocacy. However far away that may be, Marko says he and Vettel have already spoken to gauge his interest and confirms that a top management role at the team or its junior team, now known as Scuderia AlphaTauri, could be enough to entice him back to Formula One. It's not just Marko though. As Vettel prepared to leave Aston Martin, team bosses were asked if they could see Vettel returning to F1 in a role managing teams or drivers. Red Bull team principal Christian Horner, who of course worked with Vettel during his title-winning years, said, "He's a great people person. He understands the value of people and the contribution that they make to success. And I think he's turned into somewhat of a driver counselor in the last couple of years as well. So it really depends on what he wishes to apply himself to. He's one of those guys that's annoyingly good at anything he chooses to do. So I'm sure if he chose that path, he would be very good at it." Nonetheless, it may be some time before Vettel chooses to take on such a significant role. After all, the world champion has undoubtedly been drained over the last few seasons. Sebastian Vettel reveals emotional toll of Ferrari's stint. Vettel's career at the top of the sport ended in 2020 when Ferrari decided to release him and replace him with Carlos Sainz. While Vettel's time with Ferrari began in a memorable fashion with victory in only his 2nd race in red, he was never able to bring home the title, being defeated by Lewis Hamilton in tense championship battles in 2017 and 2018. Looking at the entire 5-year spell, Vettel admitted that, speaking retrospectively, there was a lot more emotional toll on him than he'd thought at the time. "It was a toll as well," he said. "I mean, I think I never felt that sort of extra pressure being a Ferrari driver. If anything, I felt the extra pressure that I had, an expectation to myself that I want to succeed in this place and I want to make this thing work." But despite the pressure and his ultimate failure to achieve his goals, Vettel said he had come to terms with how his tenure at Maranello had played out. "There are plenty of reasons why I didn't, why it might not have worked. But in the end, I think I'm still very happy and at peace with what we achieved. But sure, looking back, it probably did take a while to sort of recover. I had a lot of fun. I think I have a very strong emotional connection to Italy, the people of Italy, and to Ferrari as a brand. It was a privilege to race for Ferrari, and we had a lot of great moments together. So lots of memories that I will keep forever and lots of friends that I made. In terms of the numbers and statistics, I failed because my target was to win the World Championship, and I didn't. Ultimately, Lewis and Mercedes as a package were too strong for us, and we didn't beat them. But the more time passes, the more I'm at peace with it, and that makes sense. Living through the moment, I know we did great things, and that we did things also that weren't great, In the end, there was somebody else out there that was just better at that time and deserved to win, so we came second a couple of times. But I have no regrets, and lots of things that I learnt, and I wouldn't go back and change anything. But regardless of how rewarding or draining this time after Red Bull was, the trend of retired F1 drivers getting back behind the wheel of a race car suggests that Vettel may not be out of the spotlight as far as racing is concerned. Vettel to rally? The German himself admitted as much, expressing a particular interest in rallying, a racing discipline to which many Grand Prix drivers before him have also converted. I always liked, for some reason, rallying, Vettel told F1.com. But I can see it's a major challenge because it's so different to what we do in, let's say, classic circuit racing. So I don't know, we'll see. Plenty of Formula One drivers have gone in search of a new challenge at the wheel of a rally car. Former F1 world champion Kimi Raikkonen's latest venture is NASCAR, but as a native of Finland, he couldn't leave rallying out. Just 2 years on from championship glory, Raikkonen was left with limited options in Formula One. Ferrari declined to extend his contract, and after a rumoured move to McLaren fell through, the Finn decided to commit to the WRC full-time for 2010. Raikkonen's efforts for the Citroën Junior team represented his F1 colleagues well. He quickly became only the second driver to score points in both the World Rally Championship and the Formula One World Championship. Another high-profile F1 transfer was Robert Kubica. The story of Poland's only Grand Prix winner will be forever linked to rallying, both through his heartbreaking accident and his valiant comeback. Kubica had emerged as one of F1's brightest prospects, winning the Canadian Grand Prix and finishing fourth in the championship in 2008. Fernando Alonso has since lauded the former Renault driver as one of his generation's most promising drivers. Then, while competing in the 2011 Rondo d'Andorra, Kubica was involved in a horrific crash that would change the course of his life. The Pole suffered a partially severed right forearm, as well as fractures to his right elbow, shoulder, and leg. Following an 18-month recovery, Kubica's first priority was rally, and he chose the Rond Gomitolo di Lana, a small race in Italy, as his comeback race. He won by 1 minute over the competition. Kubica's focus narrowed onto rally, and he bagged the driver's title via 5 victories during the WRC2 season, stepping up to WRC full-time for the following 3 years and equaling Raikkonen's best finish of 5th in Germany. Could Sebastian Vettel follow in his footsteps, demonstrating his abilities across multiple racing disciplines? Vettel moves away from the racing world. Well, it could take some time. With a wife and 3 children at home, Vettel wants to take a break from the grueling and demanding world of motorsports to figure out what he wants to do with the rest of his life. Turning his attention to what to do with his 2023 as he enjoys having an empty diary for the first time in almost 2 decades, Vettel said he doesn't yet know if he will be any good at any area other than racing. When asked about whether he might be as good at his next job as he was at being a racing driver on the Beyond the Grid podcast, Vettel said, "I don't expect to be, let's put it this way. You never know, but I think it would be a miracle if I was, because obviously I've done this my entire life. I haven't had much time to do much else. I have no degree, so I cannot expect myself, and I think it would be the wrong approach to say that, yeah, I'm a champion, I'm going to be a champion at everything else that I touch. I think that's not a realistic approach for me. At least not, and yeah, I think whatever it is, then I'm starting from scratch. But I think the ambition is natural. You have it as a competitor and it can show in other things. But I don't expect to make the news, if you see what I mean." Asked whether he might be tempted by a return to education to get a degree and apply himself to a completely different field in the future, Vettel said the thought had occurred to him. And while he has been open about his uncertainty about his future and how he will feel about not racing, the German revealed that he never felt his racing defined him as a person, which is similar to close friend Kimi Raikkonen's stance. "It's unknown, that's how I feel," Vettel said when asked if he was worried about life after Formula One. But to be honest, I think it is a fantastic world, and a world that can suck you in, and you can stay in forever sort of thing. Obviously, I can't be driving forever, but to be honest, maybe I've always been a little bit different to the degree that I didn't depend on it. I didn't identify, let's say, outside the races as somebody who is in Formula One. I mean, I am a racing driver, yes, but when I got home, I really enjoyed the bits of life that everybody is able to enjoy. There's always been more to life and always more to see than just the racing world, which obviously has consumed me, and I've been obsessed with it for most of my life. I'm sad to not have the adrenaline rush anymore, sad to not have the competition, that feeling to push myself, the car, the elements to the limit. But I'm looking forward to what's next. So I can't give you an answer exactly on what's next. I have plenty of ideas, things that I would like to try. I'm also very curious to get out and know myself in this regard and give that part of me more room. What do you think Sebastian Vettel's future holds? Will he eventually return to Formula One in a management role? Or maybe rally is his future? Please let us know in the comments section below. If you enjoyed the video, please consider liking it and subscribing. Be sure to click the bell icon to be notified of future uploads. Thanks for watching.